How's it going, everybody? We're back out with another one. Today, we're talking about doing it. So, you know how we're doing this. We're taking some out at a time. Because if not now, when? Let's get to it. Welcome back, everybody. So today, I want to talk about doing it. So what I mean by that is, I told you guys before, back in 2019 is when I made the decision to start doing this. Start speaking motivationally and trying to inspire you guys and everything. But I was thinking about it back in 2018. So like I said, it had been a thought process of mine, and I'm over here trying to figure out how I was going to do it, what I was going to do, just figuring out everything about it. And I remember I was in this program where, they were trying to get you into the unions, and it was like a classroom setting. So in that, they were, what the purpose of that program was to try to get you into the unions, get a union job, which is cool. So while I'm in that, there was the instructor. His name was Brandon Bain, so shout out to him. If you ever see this, Brandon, shout out to you. I had brought it up with him that I was thinking about becoming a motivational speaker, and that was something he wanted to do. And I remember we're walking one time, I think going back into the classroom, and we're talking about it, and I was like, I just don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. I don't know, like I didn't know, like I said, I was still in the process of like thinking about doing it. I hadn't fully decided it yet. So while I'm telling him this, I was like, I don't know how to do it. And again, we're walking, he stops and he turned to me, because he was standing in front of me. He turned to me and he goes, "You know how you do it? Just do it." And I was like, "What do you mean? Like, I don't, he would just do it." I was like, all right. I think I just agreed with him, said, okay. But even then, I didn't know what he meant. Like, what do you mean? Like, I can't just do it, And now that I am doing it, I think it clicked and it hit me, like, just do it. And as simple as that is, as simple as it is to say, I don't believe, because I was the one who didn't get it, I don't believe it's as easy as just doing it. And as a matter of fact, another example, I spoke to my son's third grade class, and that went well. I actually spoke on a second occasion too. That one wasn't even planned. I just went over there, talked to the teacher, and presented something real quick to them. Shout out to Miss Sophie's class though, because they got nominated. They're doing something where they're going to be right there taking pictures and videos and stuff based on the work that they're doing. So shout out to her class, and shout out to Ms. Zarata's class too. That was the other third grade class I spoke to. So shout out to both those classes. Anyway, I was speaking to one of the classes, and there was a student who had a question for me. And the student raised their hand, and I was like, "Yeah, go ahead, you got a question?" And the student asked me something. I forget what the question was exactly. I apologize for that. But the student asked me, he said, I want to do this, so how do I do it? Again, I forgot what it was, but when she said, I was like, I had to walk over there to the student, and then I start backing up. I was like, you know how? And it might sound crazy, just do it. But the student gave me a look like, what do you mean? Like, that doesn't, what do you mean? You know what I mean? And I get that. I understand that feeling, because I was at that at one point. So again, as simple as it is to say, just do it, a lot of people, it's not gonna click, or whatever the case is. Like, what are they gonna think? What do you mean? It's not that easy. And at the time, I did believe that. So that's why I wanted to touch on it, is just do it. If you want to become motivational, you want to become an influencer, whatever it is you want, just do it. Had I taken that advice back in 2018, before I even decided to do this, when I was still thinking about it, I'd have a lot more videos out. I'd probably have a lot more subscribers, followers, a lot more comments. I'd be, I think, further along than where I'm at now, because I did start in 2024. 2019 is when I actually made the decision, and 2024 is actually when I started it. So had I done it when I was told, just do it, I'd be a lot further along than I am right now. And that's why I'm telling you, just do it. If you want to become a motivational speaker, but you don't have any equipment, you have nothing yet, start with what you have. Everybody that begins doing something starts where they're at. And sometimes I think when I hear that, it's like, that doesn't make any sense. Like, that's dumb, because everybody's gonna start like where you're at. You know what I mean? To me, that's just, I don't know. But I get it now. Start with what you have and where you're at. All I needed in order to make videos then was a camera. Everybody has cameras on their phones. All I had to do, I could have just held it up like that, hit record, and just start saying motivational things. I had no plans, I had nothing written down, I had no ideas. I didn't have everything that I did when I started. But had I started then, I probably would have better ideas. And I'd be a lot further along than I am. So I'm saying start where you're at with what you have. And then down the road is when you can start building up the things you need for that. If you want to play football, start getting things you need and start doing drills. Just do it. Or if you don't have it, go somewhere, start sprinting. Start working on sprinting. Start working on different things. You don't even need the setup. If you know how to do the drills and you don't have the cones or whatever else you need for that, just start doing it. Act like there's a cone there. Just do it. And that's what I mean. Just start with what you have, and then you can slowly build up to the things you need in order to succeed. I didn't do that. I waited. Like, once I made the decision in 2019, and I've talked about this before, once I made that decision, little by little, I started working on getting my lights. I use a green screen. I got my green screen. I have multiple green screens now. But I waited until I had all that stuff, and then I started putting out my videos. And some of you out there might be thinking, oh, I'm just waiting for the right time. I'm just, you know what I mean? Like, I know when it's gonna be time. I'm just waiting for that moment, and then I'm gonna do it. Don't. That time is never gonna be perfect. That time is never gonna be the perfect moment to do it. You got to just do it. Like, I didn't wait for the perfect moment. I think I was on a call, a Zoom call, and spoke to, somebody, and that's when they said, no, you got to start now. You got to start today. That's what I mean. Stop waiting. What are you waiting for? You're gonna wait. Next thing you know, you're gonna wake up at 80 years old. And I spoke about this too. You're gonna wake up at 80 years old and look back on your life. What are you gonna have to show for your life? What are you gonna leave behind? You don't want to wake up and be like, oh man, I got nothing there. Like, I didn't do anything. Yeah, you can still start at that age, but it's going to be a lot more difficult for you. But you don't want that. You don't want to wake up thinking, what I do with my life? Well, you have nothing to show for it. And that's why once I was told that, I was like, you know what? I just gotta do it. Now it makes sense. And for you out there, if you're thinking that don't make sense, I still don't get it. Cool, you don't have to. Start. Hit record. You want to start, you want to become an influencer, you want to be one of these people that are just recording those videos, where those funny videos or dramatic videos or whatever the type of videos you want to do. If that's what you want to do, hit record. And you may be nervous at first. I was nervous. I spoke about that too. I was nervous in order to hit record, and all I'm doing is sitting in front of, right here in front of the camera, talking. It's a little more nerve-wracking when it's in front of a whole bunch of people, but once I get to talking, I'm gone. And that's why I did. I was nervous to hit that record button. But once I did, and I stood right there in front of that camera, I started talking. Everything was easy after that. All that nervousness, everything goes right out the window. And now I'm gonna roll. And that's what I figured out. Yes, I will have. I told one of those 30 minutes that I did this class, I told that class, I was like, do you guys think I was nervous when I came to talk to you guys? They said yes. Or no, I take that back. They said no. They thought because I'm doing it that it's easy. And I'm like, no, I told them, I was like, I was nervous. But once I started talking, all that nervousness was gone. And that's what I like about what I do. Because I can hit record. Now, I hit record no problem. Now, when I'm going to a third grade class, or I'm gonna go speak to anybody, once I start talking, that those nerves will be there, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be in that moment where it's like, oh man, there's a lot of people. But once I start talking, I'm in my elements. I'm in the zone, and I can just go. And if you leave me, I'm just gonna go on. And I think I can just go and go and go and go. And then be like, hey, you gotta stop now. That's that time. Like, you gotta stop. You know what I mean? Because if you just let me go, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? But that's what I mean. Just do it. Start where you're at. Start with what you have. Go from there. And I'm telling you, little by little, you'll be able to start getting those resources that you need. Whether it's lights like I needed, whether it's a green screen like I wanted, whether it's video editing software like I got. You know, like I went out and I bought video editing software. I don't use nothing against any other, you know, all these other video editing softwares that are out there. I went out and I bought video editing software. I was like, if I'm taking this seriously, which I was, I need this, I need this, I need it. And I started counting down all the things that I need, and I started getting them. Had I started and just did it with what I had, I could have slowly built up on all that. Luckily, I was able to get those things and still be able to do all these videos for you guys. But again, I probably would have been further along. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Hey, that's it. That's a good slogan for Nike. Just do it. That is their slogan. I'm not trying to take anything away from Nike. Shout out to Nike. They're a good brand. I see Nikes you see Nikes everywhere you go. So shout out to Nike. And that's a great slogan. Just do it. Now, hey, just do it. You know, hey, I gotta get up in the morning. If I had to wake up in the morning, I do these videos in the morning. If I had to wake up in the morning and I had no ideas for a video, I'm gonna figure something out. I'm gonna start thinking, okay, I can do this, and start figuring out, or throw on something that's gonna start inspiring me, or throw on something where a movie, video clips or something, and then I know I'm gonna be able to get something, boom, there it is, and then I'm gonna be able to go, and I'm just gonna do it. And that's my whole thing. If not now, when? That was the whole point of my very first video, was talking about procrastination. If not now, when? The moment will never be perfect. The time will never be perfect for you to do it. If that's what you're waiting for, it's never gonna happen. Do it. Where you're at, start there. If people are around, whether it's recording videos, people are around, you don't want to do it in front of people, I don't know what to tell you. You know what I mean? Go out somewhere, like, I don't know, go out somewhere to a park where nobody's at or something, and just hit record and just go. Just do it. So, just do it. Get it done. Start where you're at with what you have and go. And if not now, when? Because I'm telling you, that moment's never going to be perfect. If you happen to find that, I think it's rare where someone's going to find, hey, this is the moment, now is the time, and they're going to do it, cool. That's more of the exception to the rule. You know what I mean? And there's not a lot of that. That's rare. But so for the most part, for the majority of us, the time's never gonna be perfect. You just gotta go. So it's now or never. Like I said, if not now, when? So what are you waiting for? Just get to it. So that's my message for you guys today. You know how we're doing this. We're taking some out of time. Because if not now, when?